To those who are married, how often do you take off your ring? I take it off when I'm working, especially without gloves, because degloving is a thing and I'd like that to not happen to me. My husband wore his ring almost all of the time until he got a not super severe, but still pretty bad degloving injury moving some athletic equipment for transportation. Since then, he's worn it on a necklace. I only wear my ring when I'm going somewhere or when I'm dressed up because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I spend a lot of my day getting my hands dirty and then washing them. That is 100% why I never got one in the first place. I was a woodworker at the time. Married 13 years, neither of us wear rings. A friend of mine caught his on a metal rack at work when he climbed up to grab something and then jumped back down. Not a fun day. Saved his finger, but he's much more careful about what he does when he wears it. Might have switched to silicone, but I don't know for sure. I don't even do a physical job that would put me at higher risk, but I live in fear of degloving. Anytime my band, which is fairly small, gets caught on something, I always have a moment of panic. I don't wear my wedding ring. Neither does my husband. We kind of just got them because we thought we should. The wedding tattoos we got were more meaningful to both of us. Same, minus the tattoo. We are happy, we love each other, and rings just aren't part of the equation. I don't wear my engagement and anniversary rings when I'm at home, but I almost never take off my wedding band, plain gold, no stones. In fact, I have developed a permanent indent in my ring finger from wearing it almost constantly for over 42 years. I just feel weird not wearing it. I never take off my wedding ring, but I take off my engagement ring at night because the metalwork is really ornate and I don't want it to catch on anything. Husband's never taken his ring off. Oh, I'd forgotten about my engagement ring. I came to find the high setting annoying, and haven't worn it in years. The wedding band, though, always, unless baking or gardening. We are the same, our bands never come off. I wear my engagement ring out, to work, etc. Frequently, I have a young toddler, diapers are messy. Dishes are messy. Cleaning chemicals aren't compatible with jewelry. There are some days, especially if I'm just hanging around the house, I don't even put it on. And most of the summer, I just wore a cheap silicone one because I was taking the toddler to a splash pad to get a break from the heat and didn't want to lose or damage the good one with that. Maybe once every couple months I'll make sure it's not actually stuck on my finger. Very occasionally I'll take it off for a particularly messy task, like hand mixing meatloaf. And I've probably had to take it off at the doctor's office for some reason. But that's it. That's so funny because that's one of the very specific non-showering times I always take mine off. Only meatballs, not meatloaf. Thoroughly recommend having a box of disposable kitchen gloves on hand for those messy kitchen tasks. Especially anything involving chicken. If I'm home, I'm not wearing it. I don't think my husband or our cats need proof of marriage via ring. I don't wear a ring. I don't like wearing jewelry. I tried wearing a ring for several months after we got married, but just couldn't take it anymore. I told my wife that I'd get a ring tattooed. Wife told me that wasn't necessary, she trusts me. We have been married for 8 years. I haven't worn my ring in 15 years for the same reason. I know I'm married. Same, my husband never takes his off and I rarely wear mine. My wife and I don't wear ours. I don't wear jewelry and hated the clinking whenever the ring hit anything metal. We're both fine with it. I was the same for about 3 years. She finally said that she didn't like it. So I forced myself to wear the silicone one. I kind of forget about it now. But for a while, I felt like I was in a straitjacket. I used to keep it on all the time, but now, 35 years later, I don't wear it much anymore. Gardening, baking, cleaning, life. He knows I still love him. Smiley face. Every day. I only put it on if I'm going somewhere, like work, and I'm not going to be playing sports or exercising. Around the house or when I'm sleeping, I don't wear it. Yep, I treat it like a watch. It's in a dish next to my wallet and keys and I put it on when I leave. I do this too. I only wear them outside of my house. Once I come back home, I take them off. Same, my wife doesn't even wear hers at work because it would be dangerous at her job. It blows my mind how many people seem to think that if you ever take it off, you're not really married or something. My mom and grandma independently looked like they had just seen a ghost when I took my ring off and handed it to them for them to look at when they asked. My fingers swell at night, so I always took it off at night. Then when I clean, do dishes, cook. So then I started just not wearing it at home at all. Also not at the gym. So yeah, basically only if I go out, except the gym. Only when I'm cooking, sleeping, showering, working out, cleaning, traveling, or doing literally anything that involves my hands. So basically, it's on for photos. Yep, thank you. I'm always running my hands under the kitchen sink for one reason or another. I bought a metal ring when we first got married. It was so uncomfortable, so I almost never wore it. My wife was a little upset about that. I started wearing one of the rubber ones, and I forget that it's there. I never take it off now. Why traveling? Is it so it doesn't get lost or stolen? I honestly dislike how mine feels, so I only wear silicone rings and often forget if it falls off. If she leaves for work without the ring, she's getting teased. Oh, feeling a bit scandalous today. Who's the lucky guy? And then she usually counters with something like, well, it would be you if you woke up earlier. And then I'm sad all day. Married for 10 years. My ring bothered me all the time and I kept taking it off and forgetting to put it back on. For our 9th anniversary, we gifted each other silicone bands. Our official rings are in the jewelry box. I still take off the silicone ring frequently. I really don't like the feeling of things on my hands, but I don't feel too worried about losing it. I switched to silicone as well, but I leave it on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I lost my husband's family heirloom ring. I literally only wore it in front of his family because I was so scared I was going to lose it. FML. He's not mad though. He knew I was a risk. Almost never. It does not bother me, and it is easy to lose. The real question is, when do we wear our wedding rings? My husband only wears his when we go out or have family gatherings. Never around the house or to work, safety reasons. I wear mine when my hands aren't swollen. 2 kids in 3 years. Neither of us are bothered by it. Mine broke, and instead of getting off my butt and getting it repaired right away, I just didn't wear it at home. I never leave the house if I can help it, for months, because I didn't want it to get damaged, worse, getting worn every day. It became solely an indicator for when I was out where other people might see me, and I was hyper aware of it the whole time I was wearing it. Now that I've got it repaired and am back to wearing it all the time, it feels kind of weird. I keep taking it off to wash my hands, putting it in my pocket, and then forgetting about it, and it gets lost in the couch. I wear mine out for errands, dinners, or hikes. And the office. But never the gym or basketball. Once I get home, it goes in the drawer with the keys and wallet. My wife is the same way. Yeah, my husband wears his most days. I only wear mine if I'm leaving the house, and I wear my engagement ring even less. I take it off to fidget many times a day. Also, if I'm doing anything with my hands where it might slip off or get snagged. This is me too. I use my rings as fidget spinners throughout the day several times a day. Otherwise, they are on all the time. Unless they might get damaged due to lifting something heavy or lost due to some activity like snorkeling. If the rings will be off for a prolonged amount of time, for example, beach vacation or half marathon, we switch to rubber rings. Ah, good point. Counting fidgeting, I probably rant it off 100 times a day. I have a silicone ring. Real rings sits in the safe for special occasions. We don't wear rings. Never did. Just didn't make sense for 2 young kids to spend stupid money on jewelry when we were saving for a house down payment. 40 years later, we still think it's dumb. When I'm lifting weights, sleeping, or in the shower, my ring is tall, so it would get damaged if I kept it on for the gym. Mine is tungsten carbide, so it won't get scratched at the gym, but it pinches my fingers. I'm also afraid of it falling off while I'm sweating, which has happened before. Been married 30 years this past October. Our wedding rings are tied together hanging from a wedding picture in our bedroom. It's never been practical for either one of us to wear a ring. Tried to put mine on around our anniversary, couldn't get it past the first knuckle. Would it be normal to need to get a ring resized over time? After 28 years, I don't think I can count them on my fingers anymore. The first few days I was super paranoid, taking it off to shower and such. Then I just didn't. The next time it came off was about 15 years later for resizing. I've taken it off for cleaning a few times since then, and it fell off once, so I had to put a sizing insert in. Still, I'm pretty sure I've averaged under once a year.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.